in one. I think you talked about fat shots and wrist angles.
Because fat shots can come back, I'm talking 20–30% of my swing.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's happened because of the same.
I'm changing.
Yeah, sure. So here's what happens. Now if we have ourselves at address, let's say we're hitting the club and we got to hit the shot. We got the club right about here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Impact position based on address is nothing more than moving your hips to the left, your weight to the left, and your handle a little bit forward. That's impact.
Right.
Here's your address. There's impact.
Right.
You got that?
Yep.
Okay. Now, if you look at impact, what do you have? You have alignment. The shaft, the arm against the body. Okay? And you have pressure point here, right, pushing on that shaft.
Yep.
Another pressure point here, pushing on the hand. All pushing the handle a little bit forward. Okay? All right, so now keep that in mind, alignment. All right? Now, when we take the club back, as we get the club back up here, we start to...
And you're right now, right this minute.
To the back,
Right this minute, you're actually increasing that right wrist angle.
Yes. Yep. Okay, so as I said, the wrist angles, they don't do anything. You have a little bit of wrist hinge built into the stance because this is not straight.
Yep.
So there's a little bit of wrist hinge there, right? Okay. The amount you increase it is about that much. It's only the matter of a couple inches. Got that part?
And it's obvious when you get back up here.
Yes.
I can tell.
Okay, yeah. So let's take it up. We take it up. As we take it up, we get it in here and we add a couple of inches. That's all, from there to there. That's the wrist hinge. If I had no wrist hinge, other than my address wrist hinge, and I just turned my hands all the way up the top, and I never increased it at all, I'd be about like that. That's the angle from address. Got that?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what that is?
Yeah.
That is this here. Now, if I add that to it, that's all I'm adding.
All right,
correct?
straight with that. I got that.
Okay, so now, as I come down, I'm trying to get into that alignment position. You see?
Mm-hmm.
The wrist hinge is nothing more than going from the slight wrist hinge here to my alignment. I'm only going back to in line.
All right.
You see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so if this was my impact position, right? If I'm coming down and my wrist hinge has to come, I'm going to release my wrist hinge. I'm going to release it till I get to that. I want to get to my alignment position.
All right.
Correct?
Yep.
Okay.
And most of that release is occurring
Right here?
right there.
Yeah. It's happening from, ideally you want to be what they call, this would be called P6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6.
Mm-hmm.
7. 6 to 7.
All right.
P6. Shaft parallel to the ground.
All right.
Hinged wrist. 7 is aligned. 6, 7. 6, 7. Okay? Now, that's where it happens, right in here. Now, here's where it doesn't go any further than that. It doesn't go to the other side.
Yeah, that's what I'm adding loft when I let it go too far.
Yeah, because the wrist is doing this.
Yeah.
The wrist only does that.
All right.
Okay? But it does it over on this side, so it's that. That's all it does. And it only does it to get to here. All I'm doing is I'm bringing this down until I want to get into alignment. Now, the alignment you can feel the alignment much better if the left shoulder is turning through the shot a little bit, because that helps you get to the alignment feeling. If the left shoulder doesn't turn, you're trying to align, you're trying to get into alignment, and you end up crashing into yourself.
So that left shoulder movement, I'm still got to think that.
Yeah,
Because when it's not on my mind, I
it's
stop.
nothing more than all of this sequenced. When it comes into alignment, it comes here. If at address my shoulders are square, at impact this left shoulder is slightly open, just a little bit more, just enough to give me room to straighten out my arms.
That helps, because
You'll notice that as I bring this down, and if I go to alignment, watch my left shoulder. See where the left shoulder goes?
yep.
Okay, so as the left shoulder turns slightly, which allows the club face to square, it's not going to square if I try to keep my arm here, if I keep my shoulder here. As I slowly let it square here, I can get into my alignment position because of this. See that? That allows me room for this. Now, at the same time, Steve, I allow my wrist to release, but I'm releasing them into my alignment position. The best way to do this is with the impact mag. Right? If you release the hands early,
I have been.
you increase the radius of the circle, and you hit a fat shot. That's where the fat shots come from. As you're bringing this club down, not knowing where you want to be to release this, if you release it just a little bit early, as you're trying to hit the ball, you're going to hit fat. Now, you won't hit it fat if, as you're coming down into the release position, you allow your shoulders. Don't this is all connected to the 90-90, right?
Right.
As I start to come into the shot, if I let my hands release to the alignment position, and my left shoulder is turning in the circle and staying in position, right? And I release my hands, I'm not going to get anything more than a straight shot, because I am going from here to a line. See where it is?
Yeah.
It's in alignment. So as I'm rotating, and I'm releasing the head to get to my alignment position, there it is. I rotate into it as my shoulders unwind and my arm straightens out, and my wrist, I never lose my wedge.
My secret, I could use that right now and still.
What is that? Oh, the secret. Yeah, yeah. Because you never lose that.
Right.
Because
okay.
you're coming into this position. You have to come into left shoulder, arm, shaft. You release into it. You do not release past it. Right. Now, take it a step further. When you release into it, I want you to think about the head. When you're releasing into alignment position, you're releasing the head to square. Okay? And also, as you are turning in a circle, if your shoulders are turning properly in the circle, you are releasing it to square, and the path is coming from here.
Right.
So all of those things combined mean that the path will be coming from here. You'll be releasing the head square, a little bit, probably a little bit closed to the target line, but a little bit open to the pad, a little close to the target line, open to the pad, which means that the ball should start a little bit to the right draw.
That's what you were doing Saturday with the driver.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because if it's coming down from the right place and I'm releasing it to here, at the same time my weight is going left. All of these things everything is connected into, right? But the motion is basically, you go back to the original premise of the golf swing, which is it's a rotation around a steady post played on an inclined plane. Right? It's beginning to make sense what you're telling me. Right?
Visualize my spine being
Well, you can see you're
stationary.
Yeah.
Yes. The rest of my body turning around my
Turning
spine.
around, yes, turning around the spine.
You got
All right,
that.
so if I am truly going to stay in a rotation in a circle, and I am trying to get this club to align properly, and that's my alignment position with my weight going left, with my hips open up a little bit, this shoulder, this arm is against this side of my pec, and as my weight goes forward, and my alignment, my turns, as I have to rotate, because if I'm truly rotating in a circle or on a steady post, it doesn't mean I'm moving this way, I am moving in a circle. As I'm moving in the circle, if I'm coming back into my alignment position, the head will be coming from this direction, the path will be coming in that direction, and I'm going to hit, I'm going to hit it on the way down because my weight's going left. And if I come into my alignment position, my face is going to be square. And I'm going to get that.
I like that. Question is, when the ball is set right there,
Yeah.
I come to it and I'm beginning to get my grip established and dress. How should the club face look? If I stand there getting ready to throw it away.
Well, that's dead sharp. Slightly open. So it's slightly open. It's open to the target line, but it's slightly close to the path line. So in other words, hang on a second. So let's take a look at this. So this is, let's assume this is the target line. All right. Okay. And this is the path line. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the path the club is taking. I feel as though I'm swinging out, right?
Right.
But it really doesn't go out because it can only go so far before it comes back because it's you aren't connected to your circle, right? Okay, so the club is. If you look at this face now, you're going to notice that. See, the face is slightly open to the target line. You got the target line?
Yes.
Well, look, it's slightly close to the path line. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so the face is slightly closed to the path line, but it's slightly open to the target line, which means that as this strikes the ball is going to start this on the path line.
Go that way.
But because the face is slightly closed to that path line, it's going to create a slight draw. All right.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
That's how you hit a draw. Okay? And conversely, you would hit a fade if you were open to the target line and open to the path line. You came in here and you were slightly open to both.
Okay.
Slightly open to this path line, you could hit it solidly right here, and it would start out here and it would fall right. So it's all right in here.
And it's not. It's real subtle too.
Which is all controlled by this right hand. This right hand, if your grip is proper, the palm of your right hand should be the face of that club.
Right.
So as you put your palm on that grip, that palm is now the face.
Right.
See, you understand what I mean? The inside of this palm represents the face. So as I'm coming into my shot, if I let this palm start to point left, that face is going to close as it closes left, if I just let it subtly point to the left, watch what happens. Just subtly left. Goes left.
Yeah, good. We all.
It causes pulls, right? So if I close it, it's going to start right on the path line, which means I'm going to pull it. If I leave it open, if I leave it slightly open and my hand is like underneath, a little bit underneath, as I do that, I bring it down underneath, ball goes to the right. It has to. So, and it was revealed in a interview with Dustin Johnson. So they asked him, they said to him, well, Dustin, how do you hit the big draw? He said, well, you just take it back and you just hit a draw. That was his answer. You just hit it. Well, what he was actually saying was very interesting, his response, because what he said was, you just hit it. Which meant was, when you do it, you just hit it over there. Which meant that he hit it over there.
Yeah.
He let his hand, all these pros do, Steve, they move that club from here to there, and they do it here.
Yeah.
That's all they do. If they want to hit it a little bit to the left, they're coming into the impact area, and all they know is they have to do
Kind of roll
a little bit of that. That's all, just that. And it gets them where they want it. Their feel.
It's almost like they're rolling the wrist.
Yes, it is. But both hands go,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But the right hand is controlling it because the right hand, your right hand is your face. It's very, 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 very subtle. It's no more than this, that kind of movement.
That's
Right?
I've been way overdoing that sort of stuff. That's the reason everything's just gone crazy.
Yeah, well, you can't, you can never hit a solid jump. In fact, if you've got the face shut like this, very hard to hit it. You could probably, the only thing I could probably hit with his face like that would be a knockdown snap hook.
Yeah.
So go very low, and it's going to go violently left.
Boy, did it. Okay. I've done that.
Right?
And last month, I've done a couple of them too.
Yeah, so people say, why does the ball go to the left? Because the face was pointing there. Why does the ball go to the right? Because the face was pointing there. Well, why does the ball go straight? Because the face was pointing there.
Yeah.
Well, is that all you're going to say? That's all there is. I mean, you can't make this shit up. I mean, you can go into the second part of that, which is phase and path. Okay? The ball violently curves to the right when the face is open to the target line and open to the path. If it's open to the target line and it's open to the path, remember? The face is open to the target line and it's also open to the path. Right? If my path of my club is going left, which most guys do, that's how they hit a slice, the path is going left and the face is wide open. So what happens? It goes this way. It starts that way because the path line will start the club. The face tells you the ball reaction after it takes off on the path. All of a sudden it goes that way. It tells you that the face was violently open, which created that spin. So now the club starts down that way, but the face is wide open, so the guy comes over the top, he goes like this, and all kinds of goofy shots. And they say, well, why does it go over there? I said, because you're swinging this way. Well, why doesn't it go over there? Because the path was open, the face was open to over there.
What I've done since July when we started talking about wrist, I tried little short ones. Oh man, this is incredible. And then when I try to scale up, that's when everything is
well, because you didn't combine it with the releasing and the alignment position.
Could be. I'm not.
I want to get my impact back.